Good morning, I'm Jeanne Williamson from Evermine Labels, and I'm going to show you today how our company got started 20 years ago. And the way I started was right here in my kitchen making Marionberry jam. I've got all my equipment here. I've got the pan for the jam, and my lids are getting sterilized. Here are the labels all ready to go. I've got largemouth and smallmouth labels, and you'll notice there are no dates on these. That way I can use these year after year. And then I put the dates on with this. First thing we do, we tie our hair back. Okay, wash hands. All right, my Marionberry jam is all measured out, and that's 8 cups, and I need 11 1/4 cups of sugar. We pre-measure this into the bowl so that we can pour all of it all at once into the cooking Marionberry sauce. There we are. 11 1/4 cups of sugar, and we'll set it right over here so it's ready to go. Now we take our Marionberry sauce. It's pre-measured. Lemon juice goes in. Sprinkle pectin over the top. Now we've got it all mixed in together, and now we turn it on high. And we stir pretty regularly to make sure that we don't burn on the bottom. Now, one more tip for you is to keep it from foaming. Sometimes it gets real foamy, and if you don't want that, which I don't, you put just about that much butter in here. Still have a little bit of butter here, it's melting. I have these super thick rubber gloves, and most people have a special pot with a rack that you can pull out, and I quit using that, and so I use this big tamale pot with a rack on the bottom, and this is what I use for sterilizing jars. To get these canning jars out of here is kind of a trick because there's no rack to pull it out. So that's what I use my gloves for. They work like hot pads, and I can also plunge my hands into this boiling water and get these jars out. So when we're done, of course, we must have a taste. We're gonna make toast with butter and some fresh jam. Here is a full rolling boil. It can't be stirred down. So it's time to add the sugar. Here we go. Pour this in all at once. This is why it's pre-measured. And now stir, stir, stir. As soon as it comes back to a full rolling boil, we'll set the timer for 4 minutes. It's starting to bubble on the outside edge. So the excitement is about to begin. I'm calling it good. That's a full rolling boil. So set the timer for 4 minutes. And they say stir constantly. $12, $16. Okay. We got 10 seconds left. That's good enough. Turning it off. It's still super hot and liquid before it starts to solidify. Did lots of it. $15. Not all finished yet. Now we need to get these lids on while it's still super hot. And I did a really good job of pouring, so I didn't spill on the edges hardly at all. But you want to make sure that everything's all clean and no sugar on the outside. So just wipe it. Screw them real tight. Turn them upside down. And the reason we do that is so that we don't have anything floating on the top. Sometimes you get floating fruit. It also helps it to seal when you do it this way because the heat goes right onto that lid. You ready for some toast? So good. Right side up. Don't forget to do this, by the way. Like I have done. I want to show you the cleanup because it's a very important part. When I pour all the jam out of the pot, put it in the sink, fill the pot with water, and then when you can get back to it, it's almost completely clean. It just needs a little bit of scrubbing. There we go. To show everybody how clean my kitchen is. I'm all done making jam, and it's a clean kitchen. So I'll show you a few of my little tricks too, since I have so much experience. There it is. Look at that. I like to put these labels on. There's the embossing named Curve, so I like to put the labels on here so that I can put a label here and they match. A label on the side. There you go. I ordered these labels as Marionberry jam labels, as you can see, but there's no date on it. And the reason for that is that when I'm done, I can order extra sheets, and then I'll have extras which I can use for next year. And every year I get one of these, which I put on each one of the jars. Okay. So here we are, this wonderful jam with these beautiful labels. It makes me so happy to be able to share this with my friends and family, just like I did in the very beginning when we started Evermine Labels, to put these nice labels on my products. But now, you know, Evermine Labels is even bigger, and we've taken it to small businesses, to farmers markets, to even large companies. So happy to be able to provide this to people.